Life is happening for you, not to you, right? Once you can understand that everything that's happening in your life is happening for you to get ahead. It's happening for you to learn a lesson. It's happening for you to become a better person. It's not happening to you. It's not something that is right that's detrimental to your life. You can take the monk mind versus the monkey mind and understand that that's just something that has are habits that have been created. These are things that are a little bit outside of you, but they are not you. They are not you. And when you start to understand who you are and value yourself and value what you bring to the table, value your strengths, understand again where you sit, who you are, that's when life really opens up for you. Oprah had some really great wisdom in there, right? And I wrote a couple things down. You can't give what you don't have. We've heard that for years, right? You can't pour from an empty cup. How many times have you heard that, right? Like you hear it all the time, but how much do you practice it? How do you get your cup filled? How do you get your cup filled? I know society may say, hey, go, I take a week vacation, right? I have to leave this life that I have, and then I have to go to this new place, this new environment to get my cup filled. And then it's just a matter of time before that cup is empty again. And then we got to go do that again. So my challenge is always, how do you fill your cup on a daily basis? On a daily or weekly basis, how do you get your cup filled? I've told you things that I've done, whether it's the morning routine, whether it's the night routine, right? Whether it is taking a walk, like Oprah said, her place of solace is nature. Where's your place of solace? Where's your place that fills your cup? Where's the place that you go to that when you come back, you're refreshed, you're rejuvenated, you have more in your cup to be able to give to others? Or have you not found it yet? And that's why holding relationships are hard or giving to others is hard, right? Or right, constantly feeling like people are taking from you, right, becomes this pattern. Is it because we haven't figured out how to fill our cup? Maybe that should be something we focus on that now that it's a brand new month. Maybe we should be focused on filling our cup on a daily or weekly basis. It doesn't take as long as you think. It doesn't take as long as you think. I remember it, and I might have told y'all this before, right? One of the first therapists that I ever went to when I was going through a bunch of right stressful times and kind of figuring out, I was like newly married and like figuring out business, and like, there was just a lot of things happening. And I went to this therapist, like kind of my first or second time kind of going to a therapist. This one really helped me because she gave me one note. She asked me when I was telling her all the things I was stressed out about and all the things that, right, I couldn't really kind of grasp. She was like, "What do you do for fun? Like, what do you do just for you?" And I was like, "Nothing. Like I work, like I right make money. I do these things." And she was like, "No, like what is it that like if you could just do that thing, like what would you do?" And I was like, "Well, I probably play basketball, right? Like when I play basketball and I'm on the court, it's like, the rest of the world stops. I enjoy it. I get a sweat. I'm competitive. I like it. Like that's probably the place I would go." She was like, "Great. You need to go play basketball every week." Every week. And that was the first time that I understood, like, oh, this fills my cup. Like, even as simple as if it's 2 hours out of my week, 3 hours out of my week, that like I know that's going to fill my cup. That's where I'm energized. That's where I get rejuvenated. Like, that was the place. She just alerted me to that one thing. And from that moment on, I understood the value of getting my cup filled, of doing the thing that I needed to do for me. That's what Oprah's talking about. Doing the things you need to do to for you to handle this life, to continue to build the life that you want. So where's your place of solace? Where's your rejuvenation place? When do you spend time with yourself? I know this can be hard, especially for some women, especially for some mothers, right? Like it can be hard to just spend time with yourself, quiet in the quiet, right? Really being able to reflect, really being able to get clear. It's hard in our society to get clear because there's so much noise. There's so many distractions. There's so many things that take you away from this. But if you want to design your ideal life, ladies and gentlemen, you want to get to the life you don't need a break from, you want 2025 to be different than last year, then you got to start implementing some of these things. You got to start spending some time with yourself. You got to find your solace. What if you just started dancing? I love that idea of movement, right? Tony Robbins talks about it. Motion creates emotion. If you just move your body, the way your physiology, the way that you choose to move yourself actually has direct correlation to what you're experiencing. So maybe you do need to just get some time to dance throughout the day. When's the last time you just let your body move and you danced? When's the last time you just took a walk in the midst of an argument, in the midst of you going through that crazy, chaotic situation? When's the last time you just said, let me get up and let me go move my body? Let me go hit the gym right now. If we start to practice some of these things, ladies and gentlemen, because that's all this is practice. These are not things that, like, again, are things that you don't know. These are just things that you have to implement and start practicing and watch how it changes you. Watch how it changes you. That dysregulated versus a regulated nervous system. If you ever get into that place where you get people are high intensity, you might be arguing with your spouse or your child, you might be, arguing with your coworker or your boss or whatever the case is, and you're not hearing each other, it's because your nervous systems are dysregulated. There's too much. You have to calm your nervous system. I said this maybe, I don't know, 2, 3 weeks ago on one of these calls, right? Logic and emotion are an inverse relationship. So as emotion goes up, logic goes down. As emotion goes up, as you get more aggravated, more angry, more frustrated, more as your emotions go up, your logic goes down. Your ability to logically think about solutions, about how to move forward, it goes down. The other side is true. If you bring your emotion down, if you move your body, your emotion comes down and your logic can go up. That means you can now start thinking creatively, have solutions, not be dysregulated. This is really hard for most people. This is really hard for most people, but this is the practice. If you want to get to your ideal life, remember, this is for us because we want to go grow. We want to get better. We want to have more. So we have to do things differently. You can't allow your emotions to take control of you. You can't allow your nervous system to be dysregulated for the rest of your life when crazy events start happening. You have to understand some of these things and start to put it into practice. Uh, I wrote here, what gives back to you? What nourishes you? How do you fill your cup? We talked about that. Use your life to serve the world, and the world will serve you. Use your life to serve the world, and the world will serve you. That's the way this works. If you can tap into how you can give, how you can serve others, how you use your God given talents, abilities, personality, thoughts to serve other people, to serve the world, to give back to people, that's when you get all the things that you want. I heard it said another way, right? If you help enough other people get the things they want, you'll get what you want. If you help enough other people get to the life they want, you'll get to the life you want. If you help enough other people, right, become like the person they need to be, you'll become the person you need to be. Our life is a life of service. Sometimes we get in our own way dealing with our own problems, our own issues, the things that we are thinking about. But when you really are thinking about purpose in life, when you're really thinking about what you're called to do and you living that calling, it will come in some form of service. It will come in some form of impact. That's what it'll come through. And that's how you get nourished. That's how you get filled. Now, again, you got to find the ways to nourish yourself outside of other people. Even Jesus had to go away, right, from the disciples. He had to go away from everyone and get some quiet time for himself, right? You are no different and you are no better, right? So that means you need that same time for yourself. You need that same time so that then you can have that servant's heart, right? You can serve. And the power of all of this is in giving. In our text, 177 mental toughness secrets of the world class, to see what drives this point home. A lot of times we can correlate a lot of these messages. This one kind of does it, but I know it just it resonated with me when I was reading back through the book that the great ones manifest energy, right? Like, and we're talking energy. You heard Oprah say, right? You've got to have some type of connection that feeds you something spiritual, something outside of yourself. Like that is, she says, the number one thing to make you successful. And remember, success in all areas, success in your health, in your relationships, in your finances, in your business, right? And all the things. You need something outside of yourself that is able to give to you so you have the ability to give to it. In the text, 177 mental toughness secrets, again, it says the great ones manifest energy. I'll just read this for you and then we'll kind of, again, correlate a couple of the things. It says the engine behind every great champion success is the energy in three forms: physical, mental, and spiritual. Because the world class operates from a love and abundance based consciousness, they appear to have almost boundless energy. At a lower level, the masses operate from fear, the biggest energy sucker known to man. Love attracts energy, fear consumes it. One more time. Love attracts energy, fear consumes it. Is it any wonder average people are tired and worn out half the time? The masses unconsciously deplete their own energy. Champions create energy through their thoughts, and their thoughts produce feelings that reinforce their belief that everything happens for a reason. The great ones believe that they are destiny's darlings, that they were born to win. No matter how bad things get, they believe the universe is conspiring to help them. This belief in universal favor becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy and attracts all three forms of energy. Remember, physical, mental, and spiritual. This pattern creates a psychological tidal wave of momentum that drives performers beyond normal limits of energy. In contrast, middle class performers think thoughts and manifest feelings rooted in fear, which drains energy and attracts additional fear. The masses suffer physical, mental, and spiritual fatigue from their own thought processes. They're architects of their own destruction, even though they are completely capable of redesigning their consciousness. By natural law, energy is created or consumed by thought, and the great ones choose to create it. Love attracts energy, fear consumes energy. When we're thinking about how to get our cup filled, when we're thinking about how to be able to pour into others, we have to understand what takes away that energy. And we have to learn what gives us the energy. And having this love and abundance based mindset will help you be able to attract more things in your life that give you energy. Therefore, you can then give that to others. That's what this is. That's what this is about. It's about you being able to have your cup filled, figure out the things that fill you, that give you energy, and not take it away so that then you can give to others. Because then when you serve, that's how you get back all the things in life that you want to get back. So you got to understand whatever you put out is right what you're going to get back. So if we're consuming fear, if we're picking up, you're going to give that back out. If you're consuming love and abundance based things, you're going to be able to give that back out. You got to understand that this is from your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I always tell you, if you change your thinking, you change your life. If you change your thinking, if you change your beliefs, if you change your perspective, if whatever story you've been telling yourself up to this point, you change that story, you change the narrative, you say completely different, you start to believe different things about yourself and about what the world is doing, what God is doing, what the universe is doing, what is conspiring around you. If you change how you think about it, you will get a different outcome. Your life will change. Remember, life is not happening to you. It's happening for you. It's happening for you. It's allowing you to grow into the man or woman that God called you to be. It's allowing you to learn the lessons you need to learn in order to handle the life that you're asking for. You're here because you're asking for something beyond where you are right now. You're asking for a different life. So in order for you to get to that different life, God has to build the capacity in you to be able to handle that. That's why this type of stuff is important. That's why you learning how to get your cup filled is important. That's why you connecting with your spiritual source is important. That's why you having a heart of service and being able to give is important, is because these are the things that get you to the life that you don't need a break from. The masses might not see that. The masses might not understand that, right? The masses get to a place where, again, it's about them, it's about self. That's why they can't get back those things, right? Because you have to give in order to get, ladies and gentlemen. Thomas Fuller up here says the real difference between men is energy, a strong will, a settled purpose, and invincible determination can accomplish almost anything. And in this lies the distinction between great men and little men. Be aware, action step for today says, be aware of the thoughts you have and ask yourself if they are creating or consuming energy. Are they filling your cup? Are they taking energy away from you? Are you pouring from an empty cup? The thoughts you have, the thoughts you have, are they creating it or consuming your energy? Just for today, allow only energy generating thoughts to occupy your mind. The fear, the doubt, the all that stuff, that's taken energy away from you. The things of love, the things of gratitude, those things are going to fill your cup. They're going to allow your mind to generate energy. So it says, notice the physical, mental, and spiritual impact this has on you. And these are just small little keys, small little instrumental things that if you apply them in your life will change. I know it. I've been on the journey with you guys. I might just be a little bit further down the path. I'm not perfect, just like y'all aren't, right? We understand that. And I've been practicing these types of things for almost a decade consistently, just practicing all of these habits. And that's what you can do. And you can grow into the man or woman God called you to be, right? Just by practicing little things. Today, think about this stuff. Think about what fills your cup. Think about how much of service you are to people. Think about how much you're giving to the world, how much you're clear on who you are and your purpose and right kind of why God has placed you here. If you're not, that's in your quiet time. You start figuring that out. You got to separate yourself to start learning some of these things. But once you figure it out, then we just got to go after it, ladies and gentlemen. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve to win. Your families deserve to win. Again, if no one ever tells you that, I will always remind you that you deserve this. You deserve to get to the life you want. You deserve all of the things, all of the visions that God has placed in your mind. Like you deserve all those things. And we just got to get to work. We got to change our habits. We got to change our thinking. We got to change how we've been programmed in order to get to that life. But I know you guys can do it. Enjoy your Monday. Go out, do something that scares you today. I'll see you back here on Wednesday. Take care.